What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Let's start this video with our reigning 212 Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford. The size of his damn lats is so freaking big that he can't block anything. No wonder why people keep asking Derek whether he is switching to open bodybuilding this year. Simply because we can't wrap our heads around the fact that he is gonna have to make that 212 weight to defend his title. And even Derek himself admitted that it is no longer easy for him to come down. And just like we've always heard from Flex Lewis's coach, Neil Hill, that Flex Lewis looks better between 220 and 225. And after that, it's all about losing muscle to make weight. The same thing might be true for Derek as well. Even last year, when Derek was shredded to the bone, he had striations everywhere. Glutes, hamstrings, everything was peeled. Still, there was some criticism about the lack of enough fullness in his chest. And difficulty in making weight might be one of the reasons for it. Because when you over-diet, it's difficult for some muscle groups to come back to life in a short period of time. And yes, here is Derek's latest take on this topic.
So this has to be my most frequently asked question so far. I plan to come back to defend the 212 title, and when the time comes that my body grows out of the 212, you will see me in the open.
He's fully focused to stay in the 212 this year, and he wants to successfully defend his title. Speaking about Derek, and who can stop Derek from winning his second Olympia title? We all know Shaun Clarida is a workhorse, extremely hardworking bodybuilder. Looking at his training footage, he's throwing around 150-pound dumbbells like it's nothing. But one cannot ignore the fact that Derek is light years ahead of Shaun and everyone in terms of structure. So, for Shaun to win the title again, Derek needs to be a little off, which is a possibility. I mean, as dominant as Phil Heath was during his reign, he was vulnerable in some years. So, on a given day, anything is possible. Keone Pearson is the only one who has the genetics to battle it out with Derek Lunsford. But until the time he brings that crazy conditioning, it is a big if. The Brazilian legend Eduardo Correra is coming back to stage after 3 years. He is currently 40 years old, but you can 100% believe Eduardo can bring the condition that he is always known for. But he had multiple injuries throughout his career. So can he train the way he used to at the peak of his career 9 to 10 years ago, when he was placing second to Flex Lewis? Well, that's questionable. Austin is the guy I am looking forward to making some real noise in the league this year. Ever since this guy started working with AJ Sims, his progress has been outstanding. Some of the very best quads in the 212, and upper body is finally catching up to his legs. He's above 250 pounds lean, so another guy who will be a future open class bodybuilder. But for this year, he is focused on qualifying for his first ever Olympia in the 212 class. A great Olympia hype will be built up between Big Ramy and Nick Walker this year. One of the biggest reasons for that is Nick Walker is extremely vocal on social media. He's putting out more content than anyone out there, and fans just love it. Hadi Choopan is another guy who is giving us constant updates now that he is officially in off-season for 2022. And I do not think anyone in the top 3 will be sleeping on Hadi. He looks big, he looks reasonably lean, and Hadi is just 34 years old. So there is plenty of time for Hadi to keep on improving, keep getting better, and he is already a legit title contender for the Olympia title. Currey is gonna surprise a lot of people in Classic Physique this year. He is 8 days out of his first show of the season, Pittsburgh Pro, and he looks beyond shredded. Look at the details in his back, and we don't say it very often, he has shoulders on top of shoulders in that back double bicep pose. Yes, there are plenty of guys who are structurally superior than Neil in this category, but not everyone is capable of bringing this kind of conditioning to the stage. I 100% believe that we will see Neil on the Olympia stage this year. Now that Joe Mackey is done smashing deadlift record of 900 pounds, who wants to see him hit the bodybuilding stage? Because at nearly 280 pounds off-season weight, he looks really impressive. He did just one show last year, that was Chicago Pro, and the results of that show led him to go into the off-season and come back better this year. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.